Do you want a Gmail signature that actually looks branded and beautiful? Well, in this video, I'll show you how to design a stunning signature banner or button using free tools. No tech skills are going to be needed, okay? So let's jump over to my computer. But first, before I forget, I have created a download for you. It is 3 high converting email signature templates. And these are specifically for entrepreneurs. So I want you to be sure and grab that after this video. I'll make sure the link is below. Okay, let's go get it done. All right, now we're inside my Canva account. And what I want to show you is how you can design your signature for an email and a couple of other things that you could do in here as well in regards to email. Okay. And then I'll show you how to add that to your Gmail. It's very similar regardless of what you use. Even though my domain is Kathy@kathyschneider.com and my domain is kathyschneider.com, but my email is Kathy@kathyschneider.com. I have that so that when someone responds to my email, when they hit a reply, it comes to a Gmail account of mine. Okay. And then from there, I can reply either as the Gmail or I can use the Kathy@kathyschneider.com. And that's easy to Google and figure out how to do that. Or you could even hire someone to do it for you, like from Upwork or something like that. But I would highly recommend, the reason I love Gmail is it's because it's so simple to check it like from any device. I can check it, from my phone or my laptop or my desktop. So I love having it do that. Okay, so that's the reason I'm showing you how, why I'm focusing more on Gmail than any other email platform, because that's what I use. All right, so you're going to open Canva. Just go to canva.com. I'll drop that link below. And then you're going to search, and you can see here that I've searched email signatures. All right. Or you could create a custom size. In fact, I'll be showing you in a couple of minutes the size you'd use for a banner or maybe for a button style graphic. In fact, let's see, I can go ahead and show you that right quick. This here is a 600 by 200. That would be for like an email banner. And when I say an email banner, an example would be, okay, this is my weekly newsletter. This was back quite a while ago, this is back in May, but I wanted to just show you an example. And you see if I mouse over this image and these words up here, do you see this little download? I could download that if I wanted to. My banner has a white background, so you don't really see that part of it, but it's actually my logo to my weekly newsletter. Okay. And then the rest of all this obviously is just text that I just typed out. Okay. And, sent as my weekly newsletter. All right. But the banner is this right here. Okay. For the banner, that would be a 600 by 200. And so an example of that would be like this right here. And if you were to just, let's say, open this, and then you go over here to, let it open up a minute. Sometimes when we're recording, it's a little slow. Over here under designs and then templates, here's some examples. You can see most of these don't have just the white background with just a logo. But an example would be like this one. Okay, that would be it. Then you could always upload a logo or an image in there with it, the background being, purple if that was your thing, right? So real easy to create your banner and then have that at the top of every email, which I do here. This is the email template inside what I use, which is actually, I use ActiveCampaign for sending out, for building my email newsletter and then for sending emails out. And so that banner was created, gosh, over 2.5 years ago, and I'm still using it. So you create it once and you just use it over and over again. All right. But let's talk about now. And then if you're going to do something smaller, let's say you want a button inside your email, and a button would be something like this one here. Click here to read the blog post, or click here to watch the video YouTube. All right. Some email platforms will let you create that within or inside that. But if you wanted to create something that's not just, a square background like that or a rectangular background like that, you want to make it a little fancier, you could actually create like a 300 by 100. and do that inside Canva and maybe make it a different shape. It could be book now or get the free guide, a button like that. It could be anything, whatever you want it to be. So, but you can create that in Canva and then, upload it to your email, whatever you use. All right. But now let's talk about, and what we're really focusing on here is email signatures. All right. So if you search email signatures, and then instead of going to your designs, I want you to go to templates and you'll see all these templates. And I just think, this is, if there's a little crown, that means it's pro. Like you have to have a paid account in order to get that. But even without there, like this one, which is plenty nice, you can change the color. You can customize it. Same with this one. You can customize it to be all of your brand colors. Those are because they don't have the little crown, those are actually free templates, okay? This one down here is a free template. So there's plenty of free ones in there if you don't have a paid Canva account. But if you do, you obviously have lots of options, okay? And you can include anything like your name, your logo, your title, obviously brand colors, social icons, any of those things. And then like we mentioned before, you can even, have it be specific for what it is you want people to do. So as an example, here's one that I created. I just used a template and then I customized it to be with my brands. And you can see it's a 400 by 200. You see that right up here at the top. Okay. And I'll show you in a moment how, in fact, let's see, the bottom one will be the one that we actually use as an example and upload, but I'll show you in a moment how we do that. So this one, I've actually said, home with the $7 membership. And I'll show you how I use that, okay? And then the other one I designed was, I just said productivity specialist, but then I used kind of a quote that I use a lot, which is time is short, don't miss out on what matters most. And that's kind of my emphasis on, why you want to be productive, why you want to make sure that, you're getting things done in as little amount of time as possible so you can spend more time doing the things that you enjoy. And then you can include your phone number, you can include your email, your domain, and then I don't have an actual location because I'm, basically work online. So for location, I just said teaching on online entrepreneurs worldwide. Okay, just as an example. Now, if I want to click and add another page as another example, I'll show you how you do that. I click the little plus page right down here, and then I'm going to go up here to designs, and it is on templates. And you see I've got email signatures, and I could literally pick any of these, right? So let's just pick this one as an example. And then once you get that picked, you can click on any of the text and you can change it to your brand. I actually use the seasons. So I'll just change that. And then for this, I like to use Poppins. And it asks me down here, do you want to change all of the Mont to Poppins? Yes, I do. That way, everything at the bottom has been changed. All right. And then I can go through and obviously make this my colors. And if you've got Canva set up so that your colors are in there, do you want to change all? I do. We'll make this little line here. I'm going to make it that color. And then I'm going to change this to be, okay, that's already been changed. We'll change this one to the purple as well. Do you want to change all? Yes. And see how simple that was to get everything in the right color and how fast by using a template. And then of course over here, you just take that out and you can upload a photo of yourself, come over here to your uploads, and I'll just use this one because it's right there and easy and stick it in there. Okay, so do you see how simple that is to be able to add what you want? Obviously, I would change the name to my own, change all of these, and that's literally just typing. Okay, and so I could change that real easily if I wanted to. That's how you can do that. And then when you come up here and you click share, and then you click download. You can select, I've already downloaded page 1 and 2, the first two, but not the third one. So what I could do is just click current page and then hit done, and it would download it as a PNG. Obviously, I'm not going to download this one because it's not even my name. So that would be kind of silly, but I'll let you see how that works there. Okay. Now, let's see. We talked about the buttons. We talked about that. So now, once I've downloaded them, then I upload them into my drive into a folder that's for emails. And you see over here on the left, I have my $7 membership logo. And then here a little a few images over towards the right next to Pinterest here, I have my just kathyschneider.com signature. And I say that because it's not, there's no real call to action there. The only link on that signature is my website. Okay. Where the one over here, I call it my $7 membership email signature because I don't even mention the website. I only mentioned uh, the membership. All right. So depending on, what kind of email you're responding to could make a difference as to what you want, which signature you want to use, which is really nice because it's just another, you're like you're replying, you're sending that email anyway. Why not let that signature work for you? Okay. So now let's go ahead and I'll show you, well, let's see, let's go back first to the email and let's upload, all right? So you've designed it and you've done all that. So now what we need, you've, added your logo, your image, whatever you've done, you've downloaded it, you've saved it to your drive, and now we're going to upload it to Gmail. So we're going to come over here to the little wheel, settings, and then we're going to click see all settings. We're going to scroll down to here on the left, you see where it says signature, all right? And we're going to scroll down to this right here, signature. And then we're going to click create new. And like I mentioned, I've already done this. It's on right now, the one that is my $7 membership. I've recorded a couple of videos prior to this one for you with like just basic social icons. And I did a demo for that with you. That's in a previous video. I'll link to those below as well. But we're going to click create new. And we're going to call this, I just for abbreviation, always call it ks.com. Obviously, if I were to go to ks.com, that would not be my website, but I'll, know, this is my website, email signature. So when I'm selecting the signature I want to use, which I will be showing you in a future video, that's within this series that we're recording right now. I want to make sure that, I know which one I'm selecting. So you want to make sure you name it what it is you really want it to be. So I'm going to hit create. And now you see it's blank, right? It's just blank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little insert image. And then I'm going to go to Google Drive and go to my emails. And I'm going to grab this one, which is my ks.com email signature. So then I'm going to insert that. Yes, I want to allow people to see it. And then what I'm going to do is click right here because I want it to be there. I want it to be highlighted. Okay. And then I'm going to click this little link and Kathy's website. And then I hit tab because it doesn't, like you can't see it all. And here I'm going to just type in kathyschneider.com, apply. And now you see if I click on it again, it shows you that this is going to actually be to that. Now, what you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you go down and you hit save changes. All right. Because if you don't save those changes, you'll be in a mess. Now, earlier I emailed myself to another email the testing $7 membership because I wanted to make sure that the link was working. You always want to test it. So this is another one of my email accounts. And I sent this and just said, hey, they're just testing this new email signature. And you see then my signature's here. Well, if I click this, sure enough, it's taking them to what right now is a waitlist page for Vision Mastery Accelerator. That will be, that link will be redirected to the sales page when that goes live. So it's very like, okay, it's working. It went where it was supposed to work. So if a person were to click on this, it would take them to, here I say kathyschneider.com, home of the $7 membership. Now, if they wanted to just type in kathyschneider.com, they could. That won't take them to the $7 membership. But of course, when they get to my website, there is a link that will take them there. So no worries with them, having that as an option. And so that's it. You're done. I mean, that is literally how simple it is to be able to, you design it in Canva. And once you get it designed, you literally download it. You can have as many email signatures as you need. And they, can work. Maybe you're doing a launch, maybe you've got maybe you want to do it by the holidays. It doesn't matter, whatever it is that you want to do. Same with your banner. If you wanted to switch this banner out up here, you could have multiple templates inside your email service provider for where you're creating your emails. Maybe, like, well, and I do have that, like for my newsletter, this is what I use. But if I'm emailing the members of Vision Mastery Accelerator, I use a different email header. So you're going to, have different headers and then obviously different signatures. And like I said, right now, what we're not really focusing on the signature here. Like you can see down here, I don't use a fancy signature inside the newsletter because the newsletter is already so busy. There's so much going on there. It's not necessary. But when someone emails me a question or they reply to this newsletter, and they either ask a question or they reply to a question that I've asked inside the newsletter, then when I email them back, I want my signature because this is very plain. If I didn't have this signature here, it would literally, I'd just put my name and be done with it, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're kind of losing out on a free marketing, tactic or strategy. And that would be kind of silly. So I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. In the next video, I'll be sharing step by step how to add multiple Gmail signatures and how to use them right. It should be popping up on your screen now, but depending on when you are viewing today's video, the next one might not be available yet, but it will. If not, then it will be next Monday, okay? So be sure and subscribe to my newsletter so that I can be sure and notify you when that's ready. I'll drop the link below for that. And also remember that to be sure and grab your free copy of the 3 high converting email signature templates. These are specifically designed for entrepreneurs, and I'll drop that link below as well.